So today we look at the Zebco Bullet, a $100 spin casting reel. Is it worth it? Well, let's find out. So what do you get for $100? Well, first of all, it comes in this really nice box. That's definitely worth some money. Our fastest spinning reel ever. This is a fast spinning reel. We'll get to that later. It comes well packaged. It comes with an extra spool. One's in the reel already. Then you've got an extra one, and it is already pre-spooled with line. So you get 2 spools complete with 10-pound test monofilament line. You've got your parts list and your manual. This comes with Cajun line, which is red. It is a monofilament 10-pound line. I have used this quite a few times before, and I have had absolutely no problem with this line whatsoever. Memory's good. Knots hold very well. Seems to be a good strong line. I've caught a lot of fish with this stuff, so I'm not disappointed in the line at all. Now, it's a good looking reel. It has these really, really nice grips. I like them. They call them the Grip-'em all-weather handle knobs. It's knurled, and it's just got a great grip. I really like the grip. I can cast this a country mile. Like I said, it's fast. It seems to be smooth. I've had this for a year now, and I have fished a lot with it, and I have had absolutely no problems whatsoever. Of course, the great thing about spin casters are no backlashes, no getting those big loops or twists that you get with a spinning reel. This thing, just about any decently made spin caster is going to give you pretty much no trouble at all. I always have one of these. Not necessarily this particular one, but I almost always have a spin caster in my boat because sometimes I have problems with my other reels, and I can just grab this and start fishing and not worry about it. I do use bait casters. I use them a lot. I use spinning reels an awful lot, but I always have one of these with me because I know it's not going to give me any trouble. Now, this seems to be well built. It's rugged. I've caught some pretty big fish with it. It's fast, which I really like. I have some other spin casts that pull about 16 inches of line in at a time, and if you have something like a spin or buzz bait on there, you're going just as fast as you can. Oh my gosh! And you can barely keep it on top of the water. As a matter of fact, a bigger one you can't even get on top of the water. And this works great for that. So if you just can't use a bait caster and you don't like spinning reels, this could be the reel for you. Now, what do I not like about this? Well, it's heavy, it's expensive, and these are made out of rubber right here. You push it down to release the line. It comes back up. You push it down, comes back up. Push it down, comes back up. Pinches right in here. What happens is right in here, this will rip eventually. Happens on all of them that have this type of rubber-coated button. I've never had a problem with that. I mean, I've had a hole in some of my reels for a long time. It doesn't seem to gunk it up or anything. Stuff doesn't get up in there very badly. I clean my reels every year. This particular one, I've been putting Armor All on this regularly and see if that makes it last a little longer. I'm sure eventually it'll rip. This is not the smoothest reel in the world. It's nice and fast, it's fine, but it just feels almost a little gritty. I've taken it apart, I've cleaned it, there's nothing in there, it looks good, it still does it. Maybe I have a bad reel, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything. It seems to be working fine, but it's just not super smooth like a lot of spin casters or bait casters and spinning reels are. Don't know. Drag works well. It's pretty smooth. You can get it so it doesn't move at all. You can get it so it almost free spools, and everything in between. It's nice and it's pretty smooth for a spin caster. I think it's got a pretty darn good drag. Okay, so as I said before, one of the things I don't like about this is it's heavy. How heavy is it? It weighs 13.9 ounces. Doesn't sound like a lot. It's less than a pound. Most of my reels weigh 7 to 9 ounces. So 13.9 is pretty darn heavy. This is basically twice as heavy as one of my lighter reels. What happens is, now you're probably not going to buy a $100 reel for a small child, but if they were using it, they're going to start getting tired of throwing this thing after a while. If you have arthritis, if you're weak for whatever reason, this will start to fatigue you after a while. I work pretty hard for a living. I mean, I lift stuff all day long. I'm in fairly decent shape. This will tire me out by the end of the day. If I throw this, nothing but this reel all day long, I start to feel fatigued right up in here. So that's something to think about. It is heavy. One reason it's heavy probably is because it's built really rugged, so that's a good thing. Now they say, it says right on the reel and on the box that this brings in 29 inches per turn. Their website says 29.6, and I've heard people say 30, so I don't know. Really don't know about that. But it is fast enough to bring in a buzzbait, so that's the important thing. So, what do I think of the Bullet? It's a little expensive at $100 for a spin caster, I guess. This is probably going to rip eventually. Not a huge deal. It's not the smoothest reel in the world. It's heavy. At 13.9 ounces, it weighs basically twice as much as my lighter reels. But it's rugged, it's a fast, it's a spin caster, which means you're not going to have any troubles with backlashes or anything like that. Comes with 2 spools filled with good line. It's got great grips. I've had absolutely no problem with this at all. And it casts great. It casts a long ways. It's really up to you. If you really want a spin caster, or need a spin caster that is fast and can catch larger fish, this is probably for you. Thanks for watching.